Guys, welcome back to another episode. Back here with the founders of Tycho. We're finally back.
Hi mate, nice to
Let's
meet
go.
you.
Good to see you again. Long
You
time.
too,
It's been ages. Look, today's episode, we're actually going to be talking about Chris and his soccer academy. So for those who don't know, Chris is a semi-professional soccer player. And we're just, going to have a chat about, your passion, your experience in soccer, and then also why you started the academy. Because I've been seeing it, it's pretty cool. You're training young guys and girls. So it'd be cool to kind of pick your brain with it.
Yeah, nice man.
But tell us about why did you get into soccer? And when for you did you feel like you were going to do it long term? Like you were good at it?
Well, the first sport I actually did was Taekwondo, self-defense. And the only reason why I did that is because I used to get bullied in primary school. For whatever reason, I don't remember. But yeah, my parents put me to self-defense because they thought it'd be good for discipline, obviously. And good for self-defense. So, that kind of was a good stepping stone for me when I grew up.
Did you ever use anything?
Yes and no.
On your bullies?
Yes and no. And I developed really good discipline, core, even core strength, structure, and even with my physique from a very young age, because it was very hands-on. Started when I was 6, and then obviously started playing soccer when I was, I think, 9 or 10. So I started pretty late to everyone else. And I obviously got into it because my dad used to play when he was younger, Greeks in soccer. My grandpa came from Greece, and he used to follow South Melbourne back in the NSL days, which was bigger than the A-League. I used to get 25, 30,000 people every week. Where Amy Park is now, there was an old stadium that they had. Obviously they knocked it down now. So yeah, it was very, very big back in the day. Not so much playing wise, but support and all that, with ethnicity and all that. So you had the Greeks, South Melbourne, you had the Massos, Bristol Lions, you had the Croatians, all across the country. So yeah, I started when I was 10, and then I'm 24 now. So I've been playing for almost 14 years. But there was a time in my life I was 15, and I had to choose either Taekwondo or soccer because I couldn't do both. Because it was nights on soccer that I had Taekwondo the same week. So I was missing some nights a week soccer or even Taekwondo. So I'm like, look, mum and dad, I got to choose one or the other, and they agreed with me because we couldn't do both. So I decided to go with soccer because it's more social, the environment was better. Whereas Taekwondo was one-on-one. You have to be on your own the whole time. You have to be practicing on your own or with your instructor or whatever it is. But I feel like the soccer was, it was more.
Yeah, you got a team.
100%. You got a team with mates. You have a laugh, you G up and all that. So it was good. And for the long run, it was probably the best decision I made because I was good at both sports. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't the best, but at that age, I feel like soccer was enjoying it more at the time. So yeah, I obviously prolonged with that. And yeah, here I am today, man, getting paid for what I do. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's good pocket money on the side. And you can make a living out of it. And if you're smart with it, you could, make something out of it.
Which is what you
career.
do.
And that's why I decided to do it. Last year I had, obviously, the reason why I did it as well, to answer that question, I had lots of parents ask me, my son always comes to watch you play, he loves the way you play. So I've got lots of parents come up to me and always talk about how their kids always, like the way I played. So I'm like, what? How about I just start training them one-on-one on the side, Didn't obviously charge anything, and then down the line I'm like, what? I'm getting so many kids, reach out to me and parents message me. So I'm like, I'll just start an academy and see how it goes. So yeah, it's pretty good.
It's good, man.
I'm not saying it's where I want it to be, but obviously I've got goals and ambitions for it. So at the moment I'm doing really well with it. I'm enjoying it, so it's good.
It's awesome. Yeah, well, anything you've just started, so obviously it's gonna
literally
it's gonna take time.
4 or 5 months.
But where do you see it going? What's your vision with it?
Yeah, well, the goal is by the end of next year to have upwards of 50 plus kids signed up. At the moment I'm at 14, so I'm almost halfway there, which is good. And obviously I want to get my brothers involved with it as well because they're part of the soccer industry as well. So I want to help them out as well with them coaching on the side as long as me. So yeah, there's a lot of pros to it, and yeah, a lot of targets I want to hit as well with the next couple of years. Not only for me but for my brothers to help them out as well because they can definitely help me out the next year or so. If I get too pulled up with kids and too busy with kids on weekends and during the week, they can definitely help out, and I can definitely help them out as well, which is good. So I've had the chat with them as well, and yeah, that's kind of the main goal and ambition, mate, for the next year or so.
Yeah. So how, where do you want it? Where do you want it to be? Where do you want to be in the next year or two? How many, for example, how many days are you doing it right now? Well,
Well, it depends. Like at the moment, I'm training probably twice after working hours or before work during the week, and then my weekends are packed. Like today, I have to cancel 3 kids because I have to come to and do this podcast, which is great. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the good thing about that is flexibility, right? You have a schedule. You get to tell kids and parents when you're available, when you're not.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's the best part.
That's the best part about it. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with it. Like so I did majority of my classes yesterday. I had 6 kids back to back yesterday from 9 to 3 o'clock. So that's a good thing about it as well, Nate. So yeah, like at the end of the day, within the next couple of years, I want to train at least 2-3 kids per day. You know what I mean? And have that income coming every day. And at the same time, after training the kids, you get the whole day to do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, how do you because this is, I'm always thinking about things from a business point of view, and I always think about scalability, right? And I realize that if you're self-employed, you're still technically trading time for money. So for example, with your soccer academy, it's great. Like you have a little bit more flexibility because you can dictate how your schedule goes for the week.
like you said.
But you're still trading time for money.
Yeah,
like you're still there having a coach and getting paid for that.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you get your academy to a point where you don't have to be there for it to make money? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, of course. Well, that's when my brothers come into the conclusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When they get to help out with my sessions, obviously I'm not gonna entirely go away with it. I'll train certain kids. They need extra help than others, but in saying that, I want to start doing holiday events, campaigns for kids at school and all that. And mainly focusing all ages. Like at the moment, my oldest client is 26, and my youngest client is 7. You know what I mean? And obviously girls and guys. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to be totally out of it. I'll still be training kids probably once, twice, even 3 times a week, whatever it would be, depending on the client itself and the kid. But at the end of the day, I feel like the next couple of years, I want my brothers to really take charge of it and really push it through, because at the end of the day, it's money for them as well. You know what I mean? And then they literally said when the time comes, let me know and I'll be ready to jump up, because they're looking forward to it as well. So just building it up from now to then. Obviously, try my best to get really good content out with videos, and obviously with the pay as well. I'm not really charging as much as others. That's why I'm getting a lot of people to sign up.
For sure, yeah.
But it's still really good money, you know. But yeah, at the moment, I'm trying my best with each and every kid. Obviously, assessing the session a day or 2 days prior, getting it ready, so that then when the day comes, it's ready to go. You know what I mean? So I would say a lot of planning goes towards it. But if you're smart with the way you plan and the way you schedule it, you'll be fine. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of the vision and goal, mate.
That's good. So, question: when does it become worth? Because we obviously work together.
Yeah.
Right.
We work in finance, which is good.
Which is it's good fun. Where do you think for you does it become worth leaving your full-time job? Do you feel like you can make more money doing PT from Monday to Friday, or working? When do you feel like you would be able to leave?
Like what I'm doing now.
What you're doing now.
Yeah. So, look, the goal.
Or are you still making more money in your 9 to 5 by a lot? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes. Look, at the moment, I'm training 10 to 14 kids each week. So if you look at it, right, I wouldn't say I'm probably breaking even with the amount of money I'm making with my 9 to 5 and the soccer. Maybe a bit less at the moment with all the equipment as well, and the petrol and driving out to facilities and all that. But the goal is to have that, right? Tycho, because when that goes full time, the soccer academy, I'll have so much time. I'll have literally every day to focus on Tycho, plus my soccer as well, that I train 3 nights a week, plus game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm telling you, I reckon within the next 2 years max, the goal is to obviously have 2 to 3 kids every day from Monday to Sunday, morning sessions, afternoon sessions, after school, whatever it is, and that'll be more than enough than what I'm making at the moment. Right now.
That would cover it, and it would be, you wouldn't have to.
And all it is 3-4 hour days, if that. An hour sessions. I'll be having group sessions, so I'll be making more money per kid, and literally they're probably an hour and a half top, max per session. So 3 full sessions a day. That's 5 hours, 6 hours, not even. And yeah, you can make upwards of $300-400 a day, more. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
and you only work 3 hours, 4 hours.
That's awesome. And it's funny because we have.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, we have very similar timelines, but we're obviously, so we're working on Tycho together. We obviously have our own, like I've got another business that I work on.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
another business that you're working on, but our timelines are very similar. Like I've said that within the next 2 years, I'm not going to have a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like I am not going to have a 9 to 5 in 2 years. So we have a similar timeline in terms of
100%.
where we want to kind of step back from being slaves, if that makes sense. And if I
Yeah,
continue, if I continue
cool
to
like
work,
that.
if I continue to
It's not a
work
bad
because
thing.
I want to,
Yeah, because you enjoy it. You enjoy
because
the
I enjoy it
environment.
and I want to help, want to help the business and the company. All that different story, but
Because they're good people. You know?
because good people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it because I have to do it for a paycheck. So,
100%. That's the difference.
Yeah.
You do it because you want to, not because you have to.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
Yeah. How do you plan your sessions?
Yeah,
Like,
so,
do you actually get proper plans,
yeah, so
or
what
do you wing it? Do you
so,
get there
So
and
what
just
I
make
do,
it up?
obviously so even next week, I've already scheduled out 6 sessions for next week already. So I've already reached out to them. They've messaged me, the availability for next week. So I always try and schedule training sessions a week prior. Then 2 to 3 days prior to the session, obviously I'll look at my time sheet to see which kids I have on a specific day, and then I'll come up with sessions in relation to obviously what they need. I'll look at if they have any trials or if they have any sessions or if they have any games coming up. So depending on if they have any games coming up, I'll kind of do a lighter session. Whereas if they don't, I'll do a bit of a harder session. So really based around their needs and what they have coming up as well. So really structuring the sessions around what they actually need, which is good.
Yeah, yeah.
And they can see that. You know what I mean? They appreciate that.
So do you have like an online portal where they can check their progress and stuff?
No, I've never thought of that. But it's they'll be pretty good. Like they have like each client has a profile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
They can
that's
sign in,
yeah.
but it could be.
But you're down
something.
the track. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
of
now,
course,
man.
yeah,
That's
of
gonna
course.
be expensive
Yeah,
to set that up, like an app or something.
It'd be pretty cool, like to track what sessions they have, like they could book on the app or something, or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
but at the moment, like it's pretty old school. Like they reached out to me, like they got my number or my Instagram, and they messaged me on that to see if they could book a session. And then literally I'll tell them the time and place. I have 3 addresses at the moment. I've got one in Darebin, one in Templestowe, and I've got another one. It's like close to the CBD. Nice pictures. So like it's really local to everyone as well. So
So how do you, with the location, do you have to book the oval?
no, so they're just local parks, and they're like there's like 3 or 4 different grounds, and that's single location. So there's always a ground free.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Actually.
Yeah.
So you never had a problem where there's like...
Never. Now with daylight savings as well, it'll be more easier because we don't need lights at night. So by the time it gets dark, it'll be like 8 o'clock. So I finish work at 5:30. After that, I could train at least 2 kids. You know what I mean, and then go home. So it's good now with daylight savings. I'm gonna get more kids coming, through the ranks.
Yeah, summertime would be perfect for that.
Yeah. So I started in winter, so it's pretty hard getting kids after work. But yeah, now it'll be much more easier. So you got to look at that. You got to look at the environment as well. So it's pretty hard, but yeah, I don't have any grounds specifically. Like obviously the club that I was playing with for Moreland City last year, I'm using their facilities at the moment.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So what you can anyone can use the facility.
Yes, like public.
Yeah. Okay.
Like certain grounds, you know what I mean? And the grounds that I'm using, they're like the good pictures, like they're really good. Like the facilities are nice, and at the end of the day, I'm just bringing my equipment. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the go-to at the moment. Obviously, in the future, who knows? You know, I could sign up with the club. I could partner up with the club and just use the facilities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of ambitions with this. Like you can the sky's the limit with any business in general, but especially within the soccer industry, like if you know so many people, like you can really push it, to the best of your ability.
Yeah, for sure. That's
So
good.
still very early stages, mate. But yeah, that app is pretty cool. You said the portal.
Right.
You sign up and then you see how you're progressing. What's the next session and whatever. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. With what's my next question? Why would someone sign up with your academy? What do you have that's different?
And I'll sound humble enough.
Look, no. It's not about you. Like it's not. You don't need to sound humble. Like it's just
no.
what do you have to offer? Like you have to be convicted about your brand.
Yeah.
What do you have to offer that a kid is not going to get from another program? Or, and by the way, guys, I have a blocked nose. I'm not a mouth breather. I'm not a mouth breather at all. I don't want anyone to think that I'm a mouth breather. Like some people we know.
Oh, bro, don't even start.
I don't ever but today I can't breathe from my nose.
Yeah.
So if you guys see me go like that, anyway, keep going.
Look, to answer the question, I'll go above and beyond for all my clients and kids, and even with the pay that as well that I offer at the moment. Like it's not, it's not an exceeding amount. It's something affordable for everyday kids that are just like mediocre class, and not like wealthy or whatnot. But it's not even that.
Middle class, yeah.
Middle class. But in saying that, like I put so much time and effort into the sessions and planning, and always reach out to them after sessions, see how they feel. So I'm kind of like their best mate in a way as well, in a sense. Like let alone their coach, but their best mate. Because at the end of the day, like my job is to perform and to make them and improve them better on the pitch and even off the pitch as well. I mean, with their attitude and even helping them find clubs. Because I know obviously a lot of coaches in the soccer industry as well. So if they're seeking clubs and they're seeking like trials at a bigger club or at a club close by, I could always reach out for them on my behalf because I'm training them. So a lot of benefits. Into why they would come with me. Obviously, with the money at the moment, it's not as expensive, and I feel like with the sessions that I provide as well, if you can go to my website and my Instagram, they're really like thorough and really, the drills are like at professional level. I believe.
No, I've seen some.
And with my experience as well, you know what I mean. I've been playing NPL senior football, semi-professional football for almost 6 years now. You know what I mean. So I know what it takes to get there and to be at the level. So even helping them off the pitch as well. And like I've got 2 kids at the moment that travel 2 hours away twice a week. One lives in Mentone, and the other one lives. I actually don't know where he lives, but they literally travel 2 hours away, and one travels by transport. So like the fact that they do that shows how much they enjoy it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like even that as well. Like the kids that travel far, obviously I offer them to pay less per session. You know what I mean? So I accommodate for everyone's needs as well. Because at the end of the day, if I was in their position, I'd appreciate if someone did that for me. You know what I mean? So I'm always here to help. And look, money will come down the line. I don't really care. Like I'm making good money now, don't get me wrong, but the point for me is to help them out now, and then down the line, see where it goes. You know what I mean? So at the moment, I'm enjoying it. So that's why that's kind of what makes me stand out. I reckon to others. And there's not that many people out there in the industry that do like one-on-one or group training sessions. You know what I mean? In the sporting, there are a couple that I know, but yeah. So there's not that much competitiveness out there with coaching. I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think what you're trying to say as well is like it's more personal. It's more relationship based rather than just transactional.
Yeah, for now, exactly. Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Obviously, I still get paid, but at the end of the day, like, if they live 2-3 hours away, like, I'll do what's best for them. I'll just, tell them to give me cash, for instance, or one session's free, or the next week just give me whatever it is. You know what I mean? So just to help them out. Because they travel 2 hours on transport as well. It's hard. You know what I mean? Twice a week. So, but it's good. The main thing is they're enjoying it. And every week, the same kids come every week in, week out, and they can see it. So it's good.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. We just wanted this to be a short little video, give you guys insight into, what Chris also does on the side, and also just to support him with, the CT Soccer Academy. I think that's really important, that we're supporting each other in, like, everything, not just Tycho.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So,
it's all part of it as well. It's part of our journey together.
It's 100%. Like, there's no reason why you can't succeed in whatever it is that you want to do.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all about, like, we talk about this all the time, but it's all about collaborating and partnerships. Like, Tycho and CT Soccer Academy can be a partnership at some point.
And there will be a partnership. I'm getting kits in as well for kids, and they're going to be a big sponsor.
Right, yeah, exactly. Tycho can 100% sponsor it. So I just love the idea of collaborating and everything can be connected. But let's leave it there. I mean, for kids out there who want to level up, they want to be, trained by you one-on-one, where can they find you? Website, Instagram?
Probably the best thing to reach out is Instagram. So CT Soccer Academy on Insta.
Yep.
Literally CT Christos, it's my full name, and then Soccer Academy. So if you type that on Instagram, probably the first one that pops up. And then you click the bio, obviously to my website, and you can see all the videos as well with all the sessions I've done with kids over the past 4 months. And then people just message me, DM me privately, and my numbers there as well regarding prices, location, all that. Obviously, I've got my location and prices on the highlight section on my Instagram. But yeah, probably the best way to reach me is probably on my Insta, CT Soccer Academy.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, bro.
We'll wrap up there. Good job.
Thanks, guys.